Bang, we in here.
Let's hit it.
First up, we've been diving into this for the last week or so with the tragic news out of Texas. What is a flash flood?
Dude, I've stayed away from the story because it breaks my heart.
It's sad.
It's so sad. How many kids?
I'm not sure the exact what the breakdown is, but I know it's over 100 people total, and I think it's over like 30 kids or something. It's really bad.
I was gonna look it up, but forget it. It doesn't matter. It's so tragic.
Yeah.
And so we tried to get to the bottom of what is a flash flood.
Yeah, because like in theory, obviously it would be simple, but
yeah. Well, the more we looked into it, the less I feel like we knew.
Yeah.
Because a flash flood, as I've known it, is it starts to rain really hard out of nowhere in a time when the ground is not ready to receive the rain, I guess. And then all of a sudden, what we can't figure out is how is there a wall of water?
30 feet tall wall of water.
Yeah, how does, like I get, okay, the ground is maybe oversaturated, the water table is really high, it's not ready to receive that amount of rain that fast, and so it piles up really quick.
Or if like the river slowly raises until it overflows a little bit, I get it.
Right.
But a 30-foot wall of water coming crashing into a little camp?
Yeah, rain doesn't fall like that.
Yeah, it sounds like a tsunami to me.
Yeah.
Like, does a flash flood cause a tsunami? Is that what we're doing?
I can't figure it out. It's like a land tsunami. All of a sudden, there's just...
Everyone's on him about like the response and stuff. It's like, how could you predict a flash flood? I feel like it's different than a 30-foot wall of water crashing down. We get flash flood warnings all the time. Have you ever been worried about a flash flood warning?
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't think anyone could have predicted that it would, like, it's that day. I think it's more so just like, be careful driving, be careful doing this. I don't think it's like, yo, go find high ground.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in a place, like if I lived in a valley, I'd be a little concerned about it, but I don't.
Yeah, I just don't understand how the wall of water happens. That's the craziest thing. One of the craziest things I've ever heard. And I get it's like, I guess it's like one of those like once in a 1,000-year event things that happens. It's unfortunate.
But it's not though, because people like hikers die every year. I'm gonna Google how many people die a year from flash floods. How many flash flood deaths per year? How many do you think it is?
Worldwide or just in the U.S.?
United States.
A couple thousand?
127.
Total?
Yeah. 127 people die from flash floods per year in the U.S.
Okay, so then almost 127 people just died from one. So it's like, this one's a little bit different than a regular flash flood.
Yeah.
Whereas some people flash flooding, it could be from like, it could be an elderly woman who like got stuck in a basement and couldn't get out by herself. Like stuff like that is different than like a wall of water coming and wiping out an entire village.
Flash floods are the #1 storm-related cause of death in the U.S.
No way.
No way, right?
No.
How many tornado deaths per year?
No shot, dude. No way. No shot, dude. Maybe the #1 like property.
71.
For tornadoes?
Uh-huh.
No way.
So it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess normally tornadoes, like, usually it just destroys a lot of property and stuff, but usually 100+ people don't die from one tornado.
I guess. I feel like at least once a year there's some massive twister that just rips apart Oklahoma or something.
Yeah, or Missouri or something.
I feel like they're deleting one town a year, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
But I guess not. Numbers don't lie, I guess.
Damn.
I mean, they definitely do, but... We got to take these for fact. So yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how. I'd like to see a flash flood wall of water to see if maybe I'm misunderstanding what it even is. Maybe they're saying wall of water, and the visual that I have in my head is different than what they're talking about. Because I'm thinking about a tsunami tidal wave type thing coming down the block.
From what I've seen, I saw one video. I think it was from that area, not that exact like area where the camp was, but like in that same river. And basically, it looked like a big, like it was like a pretty big river. And I think they're saying when they mean 30-foot wall of water, it's like a huge rush of extra water coming down the river.
Okay.
So then, like if the river bends like this or whatever, that wall's like that wave basically, is not going to turn with the water. It's going to crash over the bank.
Okay.
But that still doesn't. That's not going to take out an entire. That's not going to flood an entire neighborhood basically.
Maybe it's like the water starts to pool up, and because that's how rain works.
Yeah,
and that's how we've seen it happen. Like I see it in my backyard all the time. Water pools up, and then maybe gets to a certain point where it tips the water table, and then that's where you get the flash flood.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's one of those things where like I need to see it happen. Like I feel like flash floods are like the Big Bang. Like unless I'm right there to see it actually take place, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it.
Valid.
I need to see that. Oh, and there it is. I'm watching a flash flood, the inception of a flash flood. Because otherwise, it's just rain.
Yeah, because I guess you don't fully understand what a tornado is until you see one in person, right? Too.
For sure.
So I guess it's the same thing. We just need to go find one.
Are we flash flood hunters?
Yeah, we'll live stream it.
All right. Next, in other news.
Anyways, in other news, prayers up. Probably a bad topic to follow this one, but
great.
In other news about children.
Oh no. Yeah. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
So that's Sasha Grey.
Uh-huh.
She's an adult film star.
Oh.
That's why the virgin joke hits.
I see.
If we have the Sasha Greys of the world chiming in on this, I think this has reached every corner of society.
Yeah.
And I think I was thinking about the Epstein list in the context of like human history and how we're going to look back on it in like 50 to 100 years. And I don't think it's going to be discussed at all. I don't think it's on any history books. I don't think it's on any public record. I think this is something that the powers that be have successfully played so that this will just disappear. And if you bring it up, it's like me bringing up like, yeah, well, they faked moon landing stuff back in 1969.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a Bush did 9/11 type of conversation.
Yeah.
Sure.
And all those things are true.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, to say there's no clients is bananas. I really can't get over it. The only way that I'm like able to cope with it is just being like, I can't think about this anymore.
Yeah, I have two different takes in my brain on this. One is just like, I really don't care anymore. Like, it's just like, who does this help? Like, let's say they drop it, like, I don't get anything. Like, people just want like blood drawn or whatever for whatever reason. And it's just like, I don't think it's going to help anyone. I think it's just going to cause more like hate around the world and all this stuff. Like, that's one side of my brain.
Fair.
The other side is, this is probably the biggest fumble of the Trump's administration for the last 12 years or whatever. I feel like, because he's always kind of dodged it. I feel like, because he is. I don't think he's on the list per se, but like he definitely like hung out with Epstein before.
Oh, well, he's on the list. Like he's on the flight logs.
Yeah,
that's
so
confirmed.
Like, so he obviously doesn't love talking about it.
No.
So he's always been kind of like, oh, we'll see. But then all of his like the attorney general and the FBI guy have been like, oh, we're gonna release it. It's on my desk to review. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, we looked at it. There's nothing there. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
And now it's like, now it looks worse. You should have just said like, no, we're not dropping it. But using the whole like, oh, there's so many victims, we can't release anything is like, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Here's where I would accept the government playing it the way that they have. If they came out and they said, hey, so actually now we're the holders of all of this blackmail for international government officials and people of influence and blah, 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 and we're actually just going to use it as blackmail now, so we're just assuming power.
Which I think is what's happening.
Of course that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Of course. Fine, though. Tell me that. And I go, all right, cool. Sounds like we got dirt on everybody now. That's great.
Yeah, I mean...
Hate how we got it, but we do have it.
And I think Trump would be the guy to come out and be like, yeah, we have leverage on people now. Like, we can't give it out because, like, then we can't use it against everybody. He would be the type of guy to go say that. And everyone would be like, yeah, it checks out.
And he's definitely the guy to do that.
Yeah, it's like, it's on brand. It checks out. We can do that, bro.
Yeah, it's like, all right, cool. So now I'm the captain now. Yeah. Like, this is just that meme.
And it's also, I saw like some meme that was like, well, if there's no client list, then why is that one girl in prison?
Yeah.
But wasn't she the one that was facilitating it for all these people?
Yeah, isn't this just why Diddy just got off?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's insane. It's insane that this is where the chips have fallen.
I guess he did. I guess he did.
We shouldn't be surprised, though. Like, this is... Of course, this is how it went.
I'm mostly surprised that more people are mad about the client list than the killing himself or getting killed thing. Because that was more interesting to me than the client. I knew there was people on the client list.
That he didn't kill himself.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
thought that he for sure got killed by somebody.
Definitely.
And I don't really know. I haven't like dug super deep into it. I just have a hard time believing it.
Yeah.
That he just decided to hang himself.
I've dug deep on it. He didn't kill himself.
But then they had that footage. They had like the 8-hour footage or whatever of the jail cell with 1 minute missing. Have you seen that? And
Yeah.
They said like, oh, those security tapes are from the 1990s. So like every night, 1 minute just gets erased and it's the same minute every night.
Sounds like opportunity.
The Twilight Zone?
Yeah,
every
dude.
night. Hey, it's 11:59, boys. Let's ride.
And also, it's 2025. How about maybe we update the security tapes at the fucking prison, dude? What are we doing?
Dude, that's the prison they put all the big dogs.
Yeah, well,
that's the prison Diddy's in. That's the prison they put these type of people in.
Why, dude?
1990s cameras, dog.
To blame
we have Ring
cameras
doorbells
like
now.
that is insane. I got better cameras in here, bro.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
That's so
I'll
wild,
send
bro.
you these. You guys can have these cameras. Mount these things up. We'll never do this again.
Gosh, man.
I don't think we'll ever know anything.
No,
and then also, so Ghislaine now what? Just sits in prison and she's just going to probably be an informant for the government for the rest of her life?
Yeah.
That'll be that. I mean, they got exactly what they wanted. If,
Well, that's
if
another
you're
thing.
team
They say
U.S.
that,
government,
yeah.
W across the board.
Yeah, what do they call it? Deep state. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
But they are saying there's some stuff out there that like they don't want to release everything because apparently he was like a CIA informant guy. So like,
I'm sure
if they
he
release
was.
all the documents, like that stuff's all in there, and then like that doesn't help anyone. Like apparently, like they're saying that the CIA was using him to blackmail international people to do what we're saying they should do.
They were just done with him. He just said overstayed his welcome, and they were like, "Hey, good, Jeff, thanks, man. We don't need you anymore."
Or it just got so undeniable. It's like, hey, we can't save you anymore. Like,
and you got to be the fall guy.
Somebody's got to take it for us, and we're
That's
not going to do it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the risky take, I guess, doing that.
Crazy.
They gave him a pretty.
They did give him a sweetheart deal at first.
They also gave him a pretty wild life for like 50 years.
Yeah, they were probably like, hey, we should probably calm down, or we're not going to be able to help you anymore. And he just couldn't do it.
Do you think? How funny is it to think that the CIA approached Epstein, whether he was doing this stuff before and they jumped on board and were like, we can weaponize this, we can use this, or they just coerced him into doing it and then went from there? Do you? It's really funny to think of maybe he was actually just so good at it that the CIA was like, oh shit, he's getting out of hand. He's creating such a network here. He's actually doing too well. We need to cut him out at the kneecaps because he's killing it right now.
I think
like this thing has gotten too big too fast. You know what I mean?
I think it's the first one. I think it's that he was already doing it and they caught on and they were like, "Hey, we'll help you out here if you help us out on the back end."
Sure.
And he was like,
Either way, it's so funny to think of them being. It's like you give your buddy $100 and say like, "Yo, you know a bunch of people. Let's have a house party tonight." And then he brings like 600 people to your house, and you're like, "Yo, wait, dude, hold on." And so you got to call the cops on your buddy. And so they called the cops on Epstein, dude. That's all this is.
All at the expense of children.
Oh God! Don't bring it back around to that. That sucks. Jeez, dude.
Anyways, next on this list.
In other news, shouts out Sasha Grey.
This came across my desk, my digital desk.
Okay.
And I forgot this happened. And I feel like this was in like 2016. I think we'll dive into it, but I think it was in 2016, and it wasn't at the time of like TikTok investigators and shit. It was in like the meme phase where just like everything got memed. Like everything was just like funny stuff. Like no one was taking anything seriously. No one was like doing due diligence and searching deeper on stuff.
No sleuths.
Yeah. This right here, man. The story of Harambe. Bro, let me just recap this in case anyone forgot.
Never forget. Hashtag never forget, by the way.
A 3-year-old boy visiting the zoo in Cincinnati climbed under a fence into an outdoor gorilla enclosure where he was grabbed and violently dragged and thrown by Harambe. There is a video. Violently dragged and thrown is questionable.
That's debatable. Yeah, I don't recall it that way, but okay.
Fearing for the boy's life, the zoo workers shot and killed Harambe, who was a gorilla.
Thanks for the clarification there. Who was a gorilla?
This is crazy, bro.
Wait, how old were you?
This was in 2016. I was a freshman in high school, so I was probably 15.
Okay, I was
14 or
24.
15. Yeah. And we all thought this was funny, obviously, because everything was funny.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. This kid, some mom was not watching her kid, I guess.
Wait, are you just realizing how fucked up this story was?
I mean, I always realize it, but like this shit was like a joke. Like it was like Rip Harambe memes and shit.
For sure.
I never understood like, you killed him for this?
Yes.
And if you watch the video, bro, he really was taking care of the kid.
He was being nice to the kid.
Yeah, I feel like there was a way. Like, why couldn't they just tranquilize it, make him fall asleep, and then go grab the kid and?
Look, I'm pissed that it's taken you 10 years to come around to like the right side of this story. But
I was never pro.
But
zoo,
I'm so happy. But yeah, you were anti-Harambe.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that you've realized exactly what this was.
Like, bro, we just murked this.
Bro, everybody was
reason.
like, the adults in the room were like, this mom should be prosecuted.
Yeah.
Or like she should be fined in some way. Like they killed this beautiful animal
Are they
for
endangered?
doing. Yeah, I believe they are, for doing nothing wrong. It was just sitting in its cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your kid got in there.
Yeah. If something stumbled into your house, and if some kid came knocking on your door and had no one around, you let him in. You're like feeding him and shit. Like, I'm gonna help you. Like, we'll find out what's going on here. And the next thing you know, the mom will come. Like, the people come in and just shoot you,
bro. It's. I mean,
bro,
we do
what?
it, but we do it with sharks too.
Well,
you
sharks,
go in the ocean, a shark bites you, and next thing you know, they're like, "We killed the shark. Here it is. It's hanging on the dock. We killed it." It's like, dude, you were in his house.
I'm not pro shark, but I mean,
I'm pro shark.
The sharks are quite violent though, and like
they're in the wild.
I understand.
They live
that.
there.
I understand that. I don't like sharks though. I don't care.
How are you anti-shark and pro Harambe? That's crazy.
Because sharks are.
How do you wear those hats?
Sharks are dangerous creatures.
Just
man.
a different beast.
Yeah, they're just like. I also don't go. I don't in the ocean. I don't go. If I can't run out, I'm not going.
Okay.
That's another discussion. But
Sure.
I'm not a big swimming in the ocean guy. I think that's insane.
Okay.
Harambe though, man, cause of death, gunshot wound is insane, man. This
It's
is just
terrible. I can't believe it took you 10 years to like, but I'm really.
And is this zoo still going on? There's no way the zoo's still.
Cincinnati Zoo?
Yeah, no shot.
I don't know.
Shot. We haven't gotten the boot suit.
I would assume it's still just chilling.
Dude.
They have one less gorilla now, but.
Yeah, see, Harambe became the subject of internet memes, statues, songs, and other tributes and recognitions. Yeah, that's what I was living.
Yeah, it got memed to death, but it started as like, yo, for real, R.I.P. Harambe. This is terrible.
And I just cannot imagine the kid. Like the child is probably still alive. If he was 3, that means he's like.
We should interview him.
That means he's almost.
He was 3 10 years ago, so he's 13.
Yeah, well, 12 or 13. Can you imagine growing up and being like, yo, I was the guy who got Harambe killed? Imagine the guilt you have to live
Do you
with.
think he remembers those moments with
3?
Harambe?
I don't remember anything when I was 3. I never something that traumatic, I guess. I mean, it was probably scary as shit for the kid. But
Hulu should do a doc for sure. They call it moments with Harambe.
I bet there was workers there who quit over that.
Yeah, I would bet.
Because these people are like very like, these are like the type of people who are like vegans and all that shit. I bet there was a lot of people who are like, nah, I can't.
They also get crazy bonded to the animals, especially like primates like that, where they're so human-like.
And he was 17 years old. He was like a young gorilla.
Prime of his life.
Just murked for no reason.
About to turn 18.
Bro.
About to be able to
440 pounds.
About to turn 18. About to be able to vape.
Wow, dude. And also, yeah, so he fell in there. Over the next 10 minutes, Harambe became increasingly agitated and disoriented because people are screaming at him.
Yeah.
He carried the child through the water, occasionally propping him up when he sat or pushing him down when he stood. Harambe exhibited strutting behavior, walking around with his arms and legs stiffly, basically telling everyone to back away and chill out.
He was treating him like his kid. That's what was a little scary, because he was like getting really territorial. But I don't understand why they couldn't have just tranquilized him. Maybe they thought he would have lashed out before it like took effect. So they had to kill him. That's crazy, man. And I will say this too. I am also somebody who I will always prioritize human life over animal life. Always. Like, I think that's a hard line for me.
Human life over animal life?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to hear hypotheticals, but I don't think there's one that would make me change my mind. But I think it could have been handled differently.
I think I understand what you're saying with the tranquilizer. He could have like lashed out.
Yeah.
I think you have a tranquilizer guy there and a gunshot guy there. So it's you tranquilize him. If he starts going crazy, you shoot him. Then it's like we tried to do it. I don't even think they tried. I don't even think they tried to like do this a non-lethal way.
How did this come across your desk this like now?
I think I saw like a meme or something. Or I saw one of those like somebody died or whatever. You know, they do those heaven pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And Harambe is like one of the first ones because when I first started
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, why is there a gorilla there? I was like, no way. I was like, I completely forgot about that. And
Yeah.
I started researching and watching YouTube videos and stuff, and I was like, dude, I cannot believe this happened.
It was really messed up. Yeah, it was super
Free
messed
Harambe,
up.
bro.
Yeah,
unbelievable, man.
In other
Sick.
news,
This is hype. TSA will no longer require all passengers to take shoes off at airport security checkpoints.
That's big. That's big news.
Massive.
Big news.
As a non-TSA pre-check guy.
That's big news. I like that. It's
also disgusting.
It's about time. It is gross. It's really gross, especially when like you got people in there with no socks. Like it can get really weird really quick. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a germaphobe guy, but I'd always bring an extra pair of socks to change into after.
Nice.
Just because I think that's really gross.
Oh, like on the because you're walking on the floor.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. There's just people throwing up. I just like
it is nasty.
It's just like the airport's got to be one of the dirtiest places ever. I understand they clean it, whatever, but there's just so many people.
Bro, ever since like COVID, I get like some type of cold or straight up COVID anytime I travel. It's just from the airports. Honestly, it makes me want to wear masks.
Yeah, it does.
Even though they don't help. It just is like I just go to the airport and I know I'm getting sick. It's just a matter of how much.
Yeah. After nearly 2 decades, passengers going through airport security in the United States will no longer have to take their shoes off. The Transportation Security Administration will be eliminating the security requirement effective immediately. Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, announced, we want to improve the travel experience while maintaining safety standards and ensure that we are keeping people safe. The key to this approach is layered security. Because I was sitting there like, well, everything's still the same hardware-wise.
What do you mean? Security?
Yeah, like
no, we got way different stuff since they put that in. I mean, that came into effect in like 2021.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, 2001.
So we just realized that we could do this.
Well, no, I think we got where this is encouraging to me is it's finally something. As we just shit on the airline industry last week, this is finally something where like it makes sense. The tech and security has gotten bigger. They can see inside your shoes. They don't need to take them off. They used to not be able to. I believe you used to have to put your shoes on the thing, right? And they used to have to go through?
They still do, yeah.
Okay, so now you don't have to anymore because you can just wear them into the scan thing and they can just see inside your shoes.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, good. Finally something that makes sense. This is progress. And as the tech gets better, there should be less and less of this.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is how come when I have clear, I go through the clear line and they scan my eyes, which should be like the best biometric identification thing of all time because nobody else has my eyes. And then they still need to see my ID. Isn't that the whole point, is to not need to see my ID?
Better to be safe than sorry, I guess.
They're just selling data on both things for me, I guess.
Yeah, they're
making clones.
Cashing out, dude.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, so the key to our approach is layered security. Passengers will still pass through multiple layers of screening. They'll also go through identity verification.
Yeah, cool. This is great. This is huge news.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the real ID thing or no. Yeah, 20 years since that policy was put in place.
Yeah, there you go.
Our security technology has changed dramatically. It's evolved. TSA has changed.
Yeah, it all happened after 9/11. Never forget.
Yeah, okay, this is a good little thing here. So you were alive for 9/11.
Yeah, I was 10.
Had you flown before then? Before 9/11 happened?
No. Damn. Not within my memory. When I was a baby, yes.
I want to find out what that was like.
Well, from my understanding, you could go all the way to the gate without
it was like a
needing
bus.
anything.
It was just like a public transit bus.
So like you could go, like if you're flying into Nashville, I could go park at the airport and go meet you at your gate where you were going to land. And so you'd step off the gate and I'd be right there.
Did you have to go through anything?
I'm sorry, you might have had to go through security, but you didn't need a ticket. Like you need a plane ticket now to go through.
Yeah, you got to have
TSA.
a ticket and ID to go to anywhere.
Right.
Oh, you got to buy water.
You didn't need to before. Wow. You probably still went through some sort of security, but
you think?
I would hope so.
Because didn't the 9/11 guys have guns and stuff on the plane?
I don't know if they had guns. I think they had knives.
I guess you could probably sneak in pretty easily at that point.
Yeah.
You could go through a back door or something.
But it was, I mean, like if you were flying somewhere, I could go to the airport with you, walk you all the way to the gate, and be like, all right, cool, see you, as you step onto the gate. I know, it's such a weird thing.
I was born slightly after 9/11, so I don't know anything different.
Yeah, I mean, I was really young. I was still 10, so I really wouldn't know much. But I was thinking this the other day about airports. Before airport security got so locked down, I wonder if people would go to airports and use the bars as places to meet people.
Oh,
because I was sitting at the bar the other day. I have a flight coming up. I showed up early, so I grabbed dinner, grab a drink, whatever. I'm hanging out at the bar, and I'm talking to people. I love doing that.
Yeah.
And as I'm chatting with people, I have the thought of, wow, you can really meet people from all over the country right here. Like, what a cool little bubble this is, where people are from all over the place. We're all just hanging out. We all have this amount of time until we have to go, or people just came in off a flight from somewhere. And you have like this little period of time where you can chat with people and get to know them real quick. And I was like, that would be such a sick little thing to do if you didn't have to buy a $400 plane ticket to go do it.
Yeah, because I guess it was kind of just like a mall.
Exactly. Isn't that cool?
Interesting.
I know, and I was like, that actually sounds really dope. Like and then all of a sudden, every city kind of has its own little hub that like spirals out into the rest of the world.
About how much more stuff they'd put in an airport if people could just show up.
Right.
And it's just like there's also an airport here.
Yeah.
You'd have movie theaters in there, dude.
Right. They should develop a side of the airport. I mean, some airports have stuff outside of security where you can like grab food and whatever.
Yeah.
Most don't really have much going on. I think they probably just want to keep people out of there because it gets too busy as it is.
Yeah, just a liability.
But it would be cool to have like a separate location that doesn't need to be as like locked down with TSA security. Redundant with TSA. Just for people to go do that. I thought it was a cool concept.
That is crazy.
You know, just like share drink with the world.
Yeah, I guess if you're flying private, you don't get to utilize the airport bar.
Yeah, and that's why I don't fly private.
Yeah, missing out.
Because I just would hate to miss out on the airport bar.
Airport bar.
You know what I'm saying? I think that would be cool. I think it's a cool... I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been thinking about that for 4 weeks.
It is cool. It is cool because like I remember one time we flew to Phoenix like a few years ago, and we went to the airport bar at like 4 a.m. and we're drinking.
Yeah.
Around other people who it was 4 a.m. and drinking.
Yeah.
Like absolute losers.
Mm-hmm.
We were just chopping it up.
But it's fun.
This guy's like, yeah, it's the most interesting people that you never would see.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, he was in Nashville doing something. I'm not going to see him.
Yeah.
He's not at my bar.
Right.
He's not in, like, I'm not going to talk to him, but he's just sitting there. We both got nothing to do for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
Just chop it up.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I like it.
We should start an airport bar podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Just sit down with people. We should pitch that to BNA.
Interesting.
Just be like, hey, we want to just interview random people who come in here.
You might have seen this video.
In other news.
This is wild.
What is this? I haven't seen this.
You guys need to get off the golf course.
Yeah, we will.
Go now. Pack up. Go now. Get in your car and go.
I don't know what you're doing. You're not scaring anybody. You're just making yourself.
Hey, man. Come on, man. Hey.
Watch him.
Off to a good start, buddy. I told you.
Man, leave him alone. You want another?
Starts crawling out of the water like a sea monster.
I got it all on record.
But he played himself. Oh, dude, Moore, what are you doing?
Go, guys. Hey, leave him alone.
You too.
I wouldn't keep going back, you fucking moron.
Hey.
Oh, wow. He went hockey on him. He grabbed him by the sweater, dude. Oh, my God.
Stop cheering on you.
I don't know what's wrong with this guy.
Oh, he's very drunk, obviously. Death wish.
Hey. Enough! Hey. Get him get out of here! No, it's not gonna go well for
It's not okay.
Take him home or get him out of here. Get moving!
Feels like a cockroach.
I said
Where
stop
this won't
looking
stay.
Bro, he won't die.
Get out of here.
That dude's an NHL player?
Yeah.
Bro, he grabbed him by the sweater and just...
Yeah. And just
He's like, I'm used to fighting on skates. This is easy, bro.
And the number one comment I've seen across social media is, how does a man recover from getting their ass beat? Obviously, getting punched in the face with a man yelling "bang" every time he hits you in the head. Bro goes bang, bang, bang.
He's like, it's the equivalent of like hitting a home run and bat flipping.
Yeah.
You're just pimping your punches.
Yeah.
Bang. Bang. He's calling his shots.
You know that guy woke up the next day because that's the next time he.
Because he doesn't remember anything between that and when he woke
saw
up.
that video
Yeah.
and was just like, oh my god, I would be so embarrassed. I wouldn't leave my house, or I wouldn't play golf ever again. Probably.
Do you know what's great though? This encourages me for where the country is at. We need more of this.
I think this is in Canada.
Well, then maybe we should take a note from Canada on only that thing, on nothing else, but only on that thing. Because that looks like it was resolved exactly as it should have been resolved. Cops didn't show up, it looks like. Looks like they just said, hey, man v man, and best man won. Let's go our separate ways. Well done.
And it all started because they were taking too long. The pace of play was not up to par.
And just some good, clean fun, dude. Like, just dudes throwing hands. It's great.
What would someone have to do for you to fight them like that?
No, nothing. I would never fight like that. I don't fight. I can't fight.
I'm trying to think what would get me fired up that much.
I just don't want to fight. Bad stuff happens when you
Like
when you
that.
fight. Yeah.
You don't want to be the other guy?
No, to be honest, that's not even bad. Like that's
just embarrassing.
That's just
I mean,
embarrassing.
That guy's probably
Yeah.
fine. He's probably got a black eye.
I'm talking
maybe
about
busted lip.
safety. Like I'm scared of like I get really hurt or I hurt somebody really bad and then it's like, oh, these aren't bruises. This is like real problems now. Like I'm not interested in any interaction like that.
Yeah, fighting is very primal, I feel like.
For sure, dude.
I feel like it never really works out really well for either side. Like, even if you
No.
win, it's just like, all right, just beat the shit out of that guy.
Your hand's broken now.
Yeah, my hand hurts, and now there's
Yeah.
a video of me being
Then he's
violent.
suing me. Yeah.
Yeah,
No thanks.
that's another good point too. Everyone's suing everything.
Yeah. That's why I like that interaction. That's good, clean fun, man.
This guy's getting sued for sure, though.
Who?
The NHL guy's getting sued.
Why? That
Why?
video is gonna get the whole thing thrown out. He just kept coming
Still gonna
back.
try though.
The first thing he did was throw you in a pond. And then you came out of the pond and came back at him. You're instigating this fight, buddy.
Well,
Sorry.
he charged at him first too, so I guess he is fun.
Yeah. That was
Crawling out of the
self-defense.
pond, crawling out of the pond on all fours is wild, dude.
Bro, for a moment, he hit the water and was underwater. And he was like, oh my God. I just got thrown in this pond.
And I don't know where this is location wise, but if that happened in a Tennessee pond, you might be dead, brother. The snakes and alligators, bro.
Ugh. Yeah, he's lucky it's in
Bacteria.
Canada. If it is in Canada.
Yeah, this is probably like recycled water. They probably got purified water. in
Yeah,
their
that's that
ponds.
Trudeau water. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough look for that guy. But also, I think in terms of like doing things for the plot, that's pretty good. He obviously knew who it was.
No,
You don't think so?
no, that was the group in front of them. So what happened was that guy was on the tee box initially.
The drunk guy.
Yeah, well, I think they were all a little drunk. He was on the tee box, and that group was playing behind them, and they were slow, and they
The
caught up to
NHL
them.
guy.
Yeah, they caught up to him like, yo, y'all need to hurry up.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are too drunk. You can't even stand up and tee your ball up. Like, what the hell are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when this guy went classic, like, drunk frat guy defensive mode. It was like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And he's like, just
said, I'm gonna
just
throw
hurry
you
up
in a
or let
pond.
us like, just come on, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll throw you in this
we're
pond.
grown men down here.
It's, I think, fighting when you're on land versus on skates must be so easy for those guys. Like the way he just pivoted and was like, "Oh, I'm just going to use your momentum and throw you into this lake" is like the easiest thing he's done all week.
It is unfortunate. In other news, another story just came across my desk.
Just now, this is live breaking.
Yes. Biden's White House doctor pleads the Fifth Amendment, refuses to testify at House hearing on Biden's mental health.
I roll, bro.
What's the Fifth Amendment is like the I plead the fifth thing?
Yeah, it's like
I'm
I don't
not
have
talking.
to speak. Yeah,
I thought you had to speak if you get like ordered to the House thing.
I don't know.
I don't really know how that works.
I don't know how anything
Then
works.
why wouldn't everyone just be like, oh, I'll plead the fifth, I'm not talking.
Because I think it's kind of an admission of guilt.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rules.
That's interesting.
That's. I mean, obviously, bro.
What is a White House? What is the job of a White House doctor? Honestly, Like, is
Apparently,
he-
he was pretty busy when Biden was in there, bro.
apparently he wasn't.
Yeah, right.
But like, are they like
Jeez.
like they're not doing like is this like a primary care doctor? Like you have a cold and you go
I would
like it's
assume.
like an urgent care doctor. Like they're not doing surgery.
I would assume it's just like having urgent care, like in house.
And is he just a doctor for the president, or is he a doctor for everyone?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would guess he sees everybody. He can't only be the. I mean, the president needs him what? Once a month, maybe. It doesn't seem like they're monitoring these dudes' health very closely. Like,
No.
by the way, Trump's pretty damn old too.
Very, I think older, is he?
Yeah,
I think he's older than Biden is.
he's like 80.
Yeah, he's old as dirt.
Yeah, these are old men.
The doctor's probably old too. What do you think the White House doctor makes? Let's look this up.
What do you think the average age of everyone who works in the White House is?
Let's see.
There's no way we find that. That might be a chat question. Yeah, I don't know. I just think we got to get all these old people out of the way, to be honest. Like, time has moved so fast. So much has happened with the internet, with technology, outside of the internet. Like, if you put Biden in a Waymo, he'd probably have a stroke. You know? Like, he'd be like, this car is haunted. He would think it's haunted, bro. Trump too. Like, you put these dudes are just so old. They have no idea what's going on.
All right.
If an 80-year-old ran our company, an 80-year-old's running Legos Creative, they'd be terrible at it. They wouldn't have any idea what's going on.
Yeah, we would just probably.
So how do you run the world? It just you're like, there's how many studies do we need that says like cognitive decline is real before we start implementing age limits on political office?
All right, White House fellows are, I guess they're like early, I guess like glorified interns are mid-30s. So the interns are mid-30s, so that's not good. Congressional staffers are average age of 32. So those are the people. Those are like working for members of the House. And
That's cool. All right.
Also interns. Cabinet members, or the average age of Biden's cabinet members, were 58 years old.
Bro, no.
With the range of 39 to 75.
Ugh.
And the president, Biden he was the oldest person to be inaugurated at 78 years old. The average age of presidents at their inauguration has been approximately 54.8. So the average president comes in at like 55.
That's pretty good.
So Biden was 78. I mean, Obama was younger when he came.
55 actually I think is perfect.
Yeah, 55.
So that's pretty encouraging.
I'd like to see a younger guy, but I understand.
No, I think 55 is great because you're old enough to have seen some shit, but at the same time, you're still young enough to be with it.
Wild though.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, you can't be. Who's the youngest? Was Reagan the youngest?
Youngest president ever?
Yeah, I feel like somebody was like 47. Because I don't know, man.
Theodore Roosevelt was 42.
Dang, bro.
It says the youngest person to become president was Theodore Roosevelt. Oh, because he didn't get elected though. He assumed the office after William McKinley's assassination. No, I've never heard of that.
R.I.P.
John F. Kennedy was the youngest person elected president, and he was 43. So John F. Kennedy was the youngest. Donald Trump got inaugurated when he was 70. I think that was the first time. So now he's like 82.
Yeah, we got to get these old heads out, bro.
And Congress is the worst. Bro.
I
They're
love
really
them, but
old.
like put them on an advisory board, you know? Like put all these old dudes on an advisory board.
Yeah.
Just have them in a position of power, but like more so just from a consulting basis. They don't need to be actually. They don't need to have their hands on the wheel.
Well, I think the term limit things will help. I saw a bunch of states are doing that now.
Yeah, term limit's great. I just think
It's
age limit
it's
too,
also
bro.
dangerous, bro. Like that one guy, what was his name? Like Mitch O'Connell or something?
Yeah.
That guy who would like sit there and like freeze up. Like, bro, that's not good for anybody. Health
No.
wise. And like these guys have been doing it their whole life. Like they obviously don't want to leave. Like they want to keep working and like they enjoy it, obviously.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's like, all right, bro, you're gonna die out here. You're gonna embarrass yourself. You're obviously not making sound decisions.
That part.
It's time to.
That's the only part I care about.
I think the consultant thing's a good idea.
Yeah, put them on an advisory
So
board.
like they still get that, brain activity, and they're still like in the mix because obviously they're.
We're doing it now like it's just for like it's like we're doing it like it's old folks home activities. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, and you can also like if you want to serve on the advisory board
you
for the
like-
United States, raise your hand.
Would you like
Okay.
to play chess or checkers this afternoon?
Yeah.
sir?
Chess, checkers, or presidential advisory board. Up to you.
Well, because the problem, like, yeah, they've been doing this for like 30 years, so it's like don't kick them to the curb. They obviously like have some expertise, but like
Yeah, for
we
sure.
don't need to be making. We don't need Buddy to be calling shots at 95.
No. The crazy thing is, I'm just describing the exact infrastructure that we actually have in the U.S. government. Like, we do have an advisory board type shit. Like, that's what like House Representatives, Congress, like we have the checks and balances.
Yeah, but we're saying elect younger people to there, and
Yeah,
then have
yeah,
these guys
and
be an advisory to them. Like
a separate board.
The younger people are still calling the shots, but the young people can go like, hey, I haven't really dealt with this like abortion thing. Like, do you have any background on it?
Yeah.
And they could be like, oh yeah, like you're gonna have to play these games like with all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem is everyone just bought and paid for it, but that's a whole nother thing.
There's also too many people. There's just too many people. We got to get rid of some people.
Careful.
I didn't say what type. Just some
Careful
of them.
now.
We just got to get rid of some people. We have too many people. There's too many voices.
Yeah, I mean, how many people do you think are decision makers in the government?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would guess.
What's that shot?
I would guess 200
200? Oh, I bet it's way more, dude.
decision makers.
Yeah, let's see. How many people are decision makers in the government in the U.S.?
She can't handle that. Siri doesn't know what to do with that.
No, it's ChatGPT.
Oh, chat knows.
All right. The number of decision makers probably depends, blah, 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 blah. All right, so the executive branch, obviously the president, the vice president, 15 executive department heads, like the Secretary of State, Defense, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it adds itself. Oh, dude, there's a ton, bro. All right, so I don't know. It's not giving me the full breakdown. All right, so there's probably, looks like
Round it.
120 in the executive branch. There's 100 senators plus 435 representatives, so that's about 500.
Oh, duh.
Supreme Court judges, there's 9. Federal appellate, these guys aren't decision makers. Get out of here. Governors? No, governors aren't federal. There's not U.S. government. That's different.
I mean, we're looking at like 600 to 1,000 people is basically what it sounded like.
Okay, here we go. Perfect. It broke it down for me. At the federal level, estimated decision makers are 1,000 to 1,500 people.
Too many.
How many do you think are a state?
I don't know.
10,000. No wonder we can't get nothing done, bro.
Yeah, it's too many people, bro. I mean, again, think about it like from a business perspective. You could never run a company like that.
I mean, how many people are on Apple's
Advisory board?
Yeah, 10,
Not 1,500.
20.
I don't know.
Amazon, same thing. Like you can't. There's no way you're getting anything done with 10,000 people. That's why there's managers.
Right.
That's why there's like directors of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
somebody has to.
It's too many people.
Because all those people they're battling for their own power and like they're not. It's not like it's a you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everyone's trying to like one up and get their own thing done. And it's just like That's why everything takes forever in government. Can you imagine if 1,000 people worked at one place and you're trying to get like one presentation done? There's 1,000 people in the shared Google Slides.
No way.
And people are like constantly. You're like, wait, what do you?
Bro, we just tried to edit a project for a client, and there were 2 people trying to tell us what to do, and it was a mess.
Yeah, bro.
It's gotta be tight.
Elon Musk's
too many
American
voices.
Party. You hear about that?
So Elon's starting his own party now.
Yes.
No one's surprised by that, right?
No.
It was the logical next step as soon as he and Trump butted heads.
Yes. Which I think was probably that's probably why he got in the whole thing to begin with.
Do you think it's also why he bought Twitter?
No, I think that was probably before that. I think he bought Twitter because he's just a wild guy.
Isn't it funny how him buying Twitter now looks differently with him starting his own party? Yeah. Because now it's like, oh, this might have just been a megaphone for you.
Yeah, but his...
Which a lot of people are already saying to their credit, but
yeah,
now it's like, oh, for real though, you have a title, like you have your own flag to run under now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because there's never been a third party with that much money like willing to blow. I mean, he's got like Saudi Arabia level of money where he could just blow it. And I don't think he cares. And he's also like, I think he's undisputedly the best entrepreneur that I've ever seen. I mean...
Yeah, Tesla, it's hard to argue against it.
X is kind of a disaster, but...
PayPal too, right?
I think he was like an early investor. I don't know if he claims it necessarily, but yeah, it's part of it. I mean, just Tesla and SpaceX alone is insane. Mm-hmm. And he's got that the Boring Company thing. They're building tunnels and shit underground. It's like he's doing all that, and he's a White House. Like it's crazy. So it's like if he starts his own political party, he hasn't done much that fails.
He's not going to do it half-ass. We know that.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, and I do think more and more, and I do think this Epstein thing is going to piss a lot of people off on Trump's side. More Trump people are mad about that than anyone else.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're the ones who wanted. That's like he ran on that.
Yeah, he did.
So it's like there's a lot of people who are going to be like, man, everyone's just in everyone's pocket. Elon has enough money to where he can be like, I paid for it myself. There's no donors. There's nothing here. Mm. We're out here rolling. And I don't know if he's saying he's going to run or not. I think he's just starting the party and leading it.
I don't think people. Well, I mean, people can't vote for him. He's not from here, so he can't even run.
Yeah.
So he would have to put somebody in place. And that person would obviously, the first thing somebody would say to them is, so you're just Elon's puppet. Because you obviously are.
I mean,
but at least it would be transparently his puppet.
Yeah, I mean, he says a lot of things. Like, I mean, I feel like it'd be the most transparent party of all time.
Yeah, in theory.
Because the thing is, like, you take out the fundraising and all that stuff,
mm-hmm.
and I think it's a whole other ball game right there, dude.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have the NRA, you don't have these big pharma company, and I'm not saying Elon wouldn't take the money, but in theory, I think he's running on the fact that like we don't need the money.
Yeah,
like we're thinking for ourselves out here.
Wanting or taking it and needing it are drastically different things. Because one of those means that you can't let it go. Like you can't be like, actually, we disagree. I'm going to give you the money back. Get out of here.
Yeah. And I don't think he'd take the money because I think he loves the ego thing. He loves the ego stroke. And he could be like, I turned down $300 million from this company.
Yeah, and he'd just tweet it.
Yeah. So it's like, it's going to be really interesting. And
he's got a runway here before next election. Like, he's got a few years to do this.
I don't know how that. I don't know how that works.
What do you mean?
Like how you create a party? Because I know there's so much like back end stuff. Like, is it still technically an independent on all like the ballot sheets?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's just like paperwork you need to get approved, and you probably need a certain amount of signatures to show support and stuff like that, plus funding.
I mean, he's got how many?
I'm sure there's like.
Do you think he has on X?
How many followers?
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. 150 million.
Oh, it's way more than that. I bet
it's more than 150 million.
Oh, I bet it is, dude. He's like one of the biggest people on Twitter, which is.
I mean,
222 million.
Okay.
He has. Oh, it doesn't say how many posts he has anymore, but
a lot.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he put out just a random tweet yesterday that the X's new AI is coming out with like a live stream to announce new updates and stuff at 8 p.m. He had 34 million views on that, on basically an ad. He retweets stuff, 1.3 million. Never a dull moment on this platform, 19 million. I mean, it's just, the eyes on this man is crazy. So that alone, you know how much money Trump would pay to get that on average, like how politicians, like how valuable that is.
Yeah, you can't compete with that.
You can't buy that. You can't.
Right.
Like it's, and all those people, most of those people agree with what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to beat. Especially in a time where I think everyone's so sick and tired of the same old just hamster wheel game with the politics stuff.
Bro, I'm at that point. I'm done.
Yeah, so it's like even if I don't agree with everything this guy's saying, I'm kind of sick of the runaround everyone else is getting.
I actually hate when I even find myself right here in this conversation because I'm like, I don't care about any of this stuff. Like it's the same feeling I get when like I find myself in reality television conversations where we're talking about the drama of whatever show is on. And then I get like 10 minutes into it like we are. And I'm just like, what are we doing? This is such a waste of time and emotion. Like I just don't care about any of this stuff. Get these old heads out of there. That's all I care about.
Facts.
Let's just put some people in there who actually like have their finger on the pulse of what the country is.
Speaking of reality TV and other news, Love Island. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Bro.
I found out. What part?
Okay, so Lauren had a bunch of friends in last week for 4th of July.
I was with people at the river who were also obsessed with it. They all watched it.
So they went to some like watch party at Tin Roof on Demonbreun.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never seen a reality TV show have a watch party. Then they come back and they're like talking about it and they watch it again the night after they come back. And I'm like, didn't y'all just watch this? Like, oh no, it's every day besides Wednesday.
6 days a week.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they're doing this show, new episodes every day other than Wednesday.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like almost basically like a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no shot. Dude.
My understanding is they're dropping like 2 or 3 days delayed. But they're dropping 6 days a week.
Which is wild.
Are you familiar with Big Brother?
Yeah, it's basically like sexual Big Brother kind of.
They're just missing the live stream component. Like you can Big Brother's house is live streamed 24/7.
Yeah.
They're just missing that. That's got to be next. It's the easiest thing for them to do. That's literally
wild.
the easiest. Like that production is so much easier than them doing these episodes.
That is, I mean, you literally have to do like the zoo cameras.
I can't believe how, they should call the Harambe people. I can't believe, and definitely don't call the prison people from Epstein's jail. It is nuts that they have gotten so big so fast. Like because it was in the UK, I guess, before, and then it came here.
Yeah.
I think this is season 6 or something like that.
No,
but
clue,
it has
bro.
such a cult following, bro.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't be in the room like goofing around when these guys were watching the show.
No.
Like it was like, no, this isn't a background thing. We're appointment viewing this show right now. Get lost.
Every
this
day.
is what we're doing. 6 nights a week.
I can't even.
The NFL has how many nights a week? 4?
3.
Sunday, Monday, Thursday?
Monday, Thursday, yeah.
3 nights a week. And they were like, we're going to double that. Watch this. 6 nights a week. Locked in.
And it lasts for like 2 months. Bro.
And the cultural relevance of it, bro, it's everywhere. Have you seen what's going on with this girl, Maya Papaya?
Yeah.
Bro, first of all, she I haven't heard her speak once. Looking at her, she's a walking brand's dream, bro.
Yeah.
She's perfect for any brand deal. And so now she's getting this Maya Papaya flavor with Poppi after she gets off the show.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know she has it yet. She's on the show. She's going to walk off and they're going to be like, hey, babe, so we made you a flavor. So just sign here, please. Done. Taken care of. Crazy.
I can't get over this. 6 days a week is wild.
It's nuts, man.
How many people are on this production team here?
Bro, all the people.
Because I'm looking at it, like, after I found that out, I was like, all right, well, now I'm going to criticize the shit. Now I'm going to lock in on the shit. See where I
From
can
a
find
creative,
some flaws.
yeah.
Like, what are we? Is this a lazy edit? Like, are we being lazy here?
Right.
And the edit's not great. It's not a Big Brother edit by any means, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
These girls don't care.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, they're doing like the B-roll. They got the cutscenes and stuff. Like, they got the interviews. It's like, it's impressive to do that.
Well, and Big
even
Brother
2 days behind.
Big Brother is live, so they're live cutting Big Brother.
Yeah.
Like when you watch it on TV, when it comes on 7 o'clock Monday night or whatever it is, it's live. What's happening there is really happening right now.
Yeah, but that's
so
like,
it's more sports broadcast than it is reality TV
Yeah, but that's
show.
like an ABC show. So like
For
they
sure.
have, well, they got a squad for that. They
well,
have.
Netflix got a squad, bro.
Is it on? I thought it was on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
Love Island is?
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
I don't
Too
know.
hot to handle.
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
Yep, mess the names
Which
up.
is NBC kind of, but like they don't have money like ABC prime time.
Well, that's nuts, actually.
So it's like somebody's editing. I mean, they're editing that in Premiere probably.
Yeah.
Even though people are always like, oh, if it's 2 days behind, they still have to drop it. If they're late, they're late.
Well, it's also so much footage.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying.
How many cameras do you think they have?
Oh,
20?
20 at least. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, they have the same amount of cameras that like the Bachelor or Bachelorette has probably.
I do think they have the PTZs too.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those like the Sony ones and like yeah, they got those. But somebody's got to be manning those things
for sure.
and then scrub through the footage.
Yeah, who's driving that?
I mean, my goodness. I can't imagine. I mean, I couldn't imagine it.
It's insane, bro.
And then
It is
everybody's
absolutely
mic'd up.
insane.
Like just the amount of file. If anyone who's like watching this is like a creative person, you understand how. I think I'd rather die, dude. Honestly.
yeah, the amount of files is insane.
And like maybe hopefully someone's sitting there watching it, like watching through it, like
Yeah.
taking notes or something. Otherwise, like there's no way they're scrubbing through all
No,
that.
they're running the production. I'm sure similar to how we are, where you're taking notes as you go.
Oh, my
We gotta
goodness.
end this because we got a session coming in that we gotta do. But last thing I wanted to say on that note, little debate in my group chat popped off last night.
Mm-hmm.
Poppi versus Ollipop. Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
We were talking about branding.
Yeah,
Which has better cans?
I was gonna say because that's all I know. Let me look up this.
Poppi versus Ollipop. I sided with Poppi. And Lexi in the group chat, give her credit. She said, Ollipop branding is Canva. Poppi is Adobe Illustrator. And I couldn't agree more. It's to me, hands down, if I open Canva, I see that exact template that Ollipop uses. It's everywhere. That template is so easy to find. Over on the Poppi side, they're doing some creative stuff.
From the branding perspective on the cans here, I'm going with Poppi for
Yeah,
sure.
dude, of
and I
course.
don't think it's close.
It's not close at all.
It's just a little simpler, a little cleaner. Like it's well, Poppi got bought out by Pepsi or something, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, they got bought out recently. Like it looks like a $1 billion company made that can. Ollipop looks like a small business.
Yes. Yes, it's an independent brewery.
Yeah, they're making this thing in small batches. Yeah. They're making this thing in barrels. and
Yeah,
shit.
dude. Poppi till I die, bro.
Yeah, Poppi's coming into this thing. It's got a machine.
All right, we can wrap on that. We got to run. I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Peace out, everyone.
See you.